Hey everyone, and welcome to a Love Live School Idol Festival video. Today we are going to be looking at the Nakayoshi event, and as of this recording, we are about 48 hours before the event ends, and I kind of want to give you guys a basic guide if you don't know how to play the event yet at this point, but also as a reference for people that are going to be watching this in the future. And mind you, this is only for the version 5.1. And if you're watching this in the near future or something like that, mind you, this is going to be different from your version. So the day that you see this video uploaded, it's going to be different. So I will make another video on that if ever there's an update to the event. Anyways, to give you a basic guide as to how the event works and all the buttons and whatnot, it's going to be pretty simple, right? So to begin the event, you just have to click on the door. Select your difficulty and your team, and the game will randomly pick a song for all four of you guys in the lobby to play. That's it. In the main menu, or the event page, you have 6 buttons to kind of look over. So the 4 buttons on the lower right corner, the yellow one is your instructions, which you're not going to read anyway. The pink button is your rankings, which is nothing new. The blue button is the reward details, which again, nothing different here. The lime green button, which is essentially your recently played, I think because it's showing me the lobbies that I've played with the previous players, and that's pretty much it. The big button that's next to the 4 buttons, which is on the left, this is your daily mission. Okay, this is your daily missions, and the daily missions reset every 3 p.m. So the rewards that you get are alpacas, gold, friend point, and I think a rare seal. So if you're actually using it to, idolize your characters or buying some stuff at the shop, you can only get 1 rare seal for this. So good luck with that. And lastly, you have the last button, which is on top. This is where you host your lobby, or you can join a private lobby if you have their ID. So to host a game, you just have to go to the button, select the second tab, choose a difficulty, and then you can copy and paste the code maybe to your friend or Twitter or Discord or wherever it may be. You can play with your friends. That's it. Alright. To get to the nitty-gritty of this video, I want to give you guys my opinions about the event. So, I've been playing this game for 3 years now, and I've seen all of the changes and events that I've played over the 3 years. Score matches used to be my favorite event, up until the point where they implemented the MMR system. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the MMR system, and I kind of see the point of KLab here, because they want people to buy the gems and the packs that they come out with to kind of encourage you to build better teams, and that's kind of the whole point of the MMR system. However, for players that really aren't interested in purchasing any of the packs or gems, which is understandable for some people, it can be a bit frustrating because half the time when you want to get a UR, it's very difficult. So even for me, for 3 years, I've been a free-to-play player for 3 years, both on JP and the global server. Although on the global server, I've been purchasing some gems and also the character packs. Oh no, I wouldn't say character pack, I'm talking about Bleach here. The limited packs, which gives you scouting coupons and I think some gems, and that's about it, I think. But yeah, I don't remember on the top of my head here, but that's what I've been doing on the global server. But for JP, I haven't spent anything on that account yet. So, I'm trying to build a better team, although, even though for 3 years, I still can't be on par with, the whales or the high-ranked players that have all these, URs and SRs and whatnot. It's hard for me to compete against those people. And prior to the MMR system, really, you don't have to worry about, people beating you every time because they have a higher MMR than you. All you have to worry about, okay, I'm playing with this random guy on the score match, and that's it. And I used to always get first or second place. but since the MMR system was implemented, I just couldn't get first or second place all the time. I average third or fourth place now. And it gets worse every time you play because the more you play, the higher MMR goes, which kind of increases the odds of you playing with whales, which are the people that spend money in the game. So with the Nakayoshi event, none of these is an issue anymore. You can freely play the event as free as you want. You don't have to worry about your team if it's good or bad. Like, the whole point of the Nakayoshi event really is you have to accomplish one goal, which is to finish one song. And the important thing is that you can get a S, triple S, or double S, or even better, a full combo. If you can meet those requirements, you're pretty much good for the entire event. You don't have to worry about building your team, to be the best it can be. If you don't have a UR, that's perfectly fine. And the microphones that you see in the game, which is a stat that kind of tells you, okay, your team has this amount of URs, SSRs, and again, it's also based on your skills. So depending on your cards, if they have a scorer team, for example, it's also going to add to the microphones. And if you're doing I believe a scorer mission. Yeah, if you're doing a scorer mission, this is where your microphones come into play. So depending on how many microphones you have, it's gonna multiply by that amount. So let's say I have 2 microphones. It's gonna multiply by, let me see here, 1.12. Let's say you have 3 microphones, it's probably gonna be 1.13, and then so on and so forth, 1.14, 1.15, again depending on how many microphones you have. So the whole point of it really is you don't really need to have a better team for this event. As long as you can actually successfully finish a song, as long as you can help your team, that's pretty much it. You don't have to worry about anything else. The only benefit of having a better team is you pretty much get more bonuses and a higher score. That's about it. And there's really nothing to it at that point. If you don't really care about that, that's perfectly fine. So that's my thoughts about the event. And the issues, lastly, before we end the video, there are a couple of issues with the event, although they're not great. They're not game breaking by any means, but rather a programming error, or some of it is a programming error, and I'm gonna explain it here. So number 1, the ID system can actually input more than 6 characters, and you can literally put like Japanese characters, you can put like ABCs, random numbers and whatnot, and it's gonna exceed 6 characters, which you're asking for. And also, they don't use the numeric keypad, which a lot of games that utilize an ID system, they use the numeric keypad. In SIF JP, however, they don't use that. And I think this is a overlooked by the programmers at KLab. They probably forgot to implement this before they rolled out the patch. So perhaps maybe the next version update we would see the change take effect. Let's see here, number 2. Did I say number 1? Number 2. Anyways, the animations take a while before you can actually continue. Like, after you finish a live show, you have about 5 seconds of waiting time before you can continue. And it's kind of frustrating because when you're grinding, right, and you just want to get to the event, and pressing the button, it's not showing up until 5 seconds later, and yeah, it's kind of slowing things down. So maybe KLab can make that a bit more faster, or make it instant so we can skip it. I don't really want to see my results at the end of the live show. Maybe sometimes I want to, but for the most part I really don't. I just want to grind for the event. That's pretty much all. So that's pretty much it, guys. Those are my opinions, and those are the issues that are plaguing the Nakayoshi event. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And I almost burped there. Alright guys, thank you. Alright.